What are your final words, Mr. President?
Before I die, I want to tell you my life story.
Mr. President, the world wants to know your final words.
If I must. The American people knew little about me when I became president. Little in my past experience indicated that I could be a successful president with the deep differences between Northerners and Southerners over slavery. I received less than 40% of the popular vote in winning the presidential election of 1860. But by 1865, I had become in the eyes of the world equal in importance to George Washington. Through the years, many people have regarded me as the greatest person in United States history. The Lincolns lived for 2 years on the farm where I was born. Then we moved to a farm on Knob Creek, 10 miles away. When my sister and I could be spared from our chores, we went to a log schoolhouse. The children learned reading, writing, and arithmetic. My first formal schooling totaled less than a year. Books and paper were scarce on the frontier. Like other boys and girls of my time, I made my own arithmetic textbook. Several of its pages still exist today. I often worked on my arithmetic problems on boards, then shaved the boards clean with a draw knife and used them again and again. I reached my full height of 6 feet and 4 inches long before I was 20. I was thin and awkward, big-boned and strong. I was a great young man, developed, and had great strength in my chest and legs, especially in my arms. I had a homely face and dark skin. My hair was black and coarse, and it stood on end. Life on my own began for me when I settled in New Salem. I lived there almost 6 years, from July 1831 until the spring of 1837. The village consisted of log cabins clustered around a mill, a barrel maker's shop, a wool carving machine, and a few general stores. In 1834, I again ran for the legislature. I had become better known by this time, and I had won election as a Whig. I served 4 successful 2-year terms in the lower house of the Illinois General Assembly. During my first term, I met a rising young Democrat legislator, Stephen A. Douglas.
Okay, Lincoln, now you die. Ah! After shooting Lincoln, Booth fled to Maryland on horseback. A friend, David E. Harold, a former druggist clerk, joined Booth there and helped him escape to Virginia. On April 26, 1865, federal troops searching for Booth trapped the 2 men in a barn near Port Royal, Virginia. Harold surrendered, but Booth was shot and killed. I must at least have 15 Dr. Peppers.
This is retarded. Hi, Jenny.
Mr. President, the world wants to know your final words. Dang it, boys!